Mother's light in the dark room. In a small village lived a boy named Rahim. He was 15 years old, shy, quiet, and often scared of studies. Whenever he opened his books, his mind felt heavy. The letters looked blurry, the formulas felt impossible, and he always thought, maybe I'm just not meant to be successful. But in that same house lived someone who believed in him more than anyone else, his mother, Amina Begum. She was a simple woman. She didn't go to college. She spent her days cooking, cleaning, and doing small tailoring work to support the family. But she knew one thing very clearly. Education is the only thing that can change my son's life. Every night, when Rahim sat in his room pretending to study, his mother quietly watched him from the doorway. She could see the fear in his eyes. One evening, she walked into his room and asked gently, "Rahim, why are you staring at the same page for 20 minutes?" Rahim sighed and replied, "Ma, I don't understand anything. Everyone in my class is smarter than me. Maybe studying isn't for me." His mother didn't scold him. She didn't force him. Instead, she sat beside him and said something simple, something that would stay with him forever. "Rahim, the biggest mistake you are making is comparing yourself with others. Don't study to compete with the world. Study to grow, even if it's one small step at a time." Rahim looked at her silently. His mother continued, "You don't need to become the best student. You just need to become better than the Rahim you were yesterday." Then she placed her hand on his head and said, "And I'm with you every single day." Those words touched Rahim's heart. The turning point. The next morning, Rahim woke up early. For the first time, he didn't complain. He sat with his books and tried to understand just one chapter. Not everything, just one. His mother made him breakfast and quietly placed a note beside his plate. One page today can become one chapter next week. Every day she gave him a small motivation. One day a simple smile, another day a cup of tea, some days a short story, and many days silent encouragement. Rahim slowly began to change. He wasn't a genius, he wasn't suddenly brilliant, but he was becoming consistent, and consistency is more powerful than talent. A night of fear. 2 months before the final exam, Rahim faced a huge problem. His science paper was extremely difficult, and he felt he couldn't understand anything. That night, he sat in his room, head on his table, tears in his eyes. His mother walked in silently. "Rahim," she said softly, "what happened?" Rahim broke down. "Ma, I'm trying, but my mind isn't working. I'm scared. What if I fail? What if I disappoint you?" His mother wiped his tears and said something that changed everything. Failing is not the problem. Not trying is the problem. You can fall 100 times, but remember, you have a mother who will lift you up 101 times. Then she did something Rahim had never expected. She sat beside him the whole night. Not because she understood the subject, but because she wanted him to feel he wasn't alone. Whenever Rahim got stuck, she said, "Baba, take a breath, try again." That night, in that small room, a boy found courage not from books, not from teachers, but from the gentle strength of a mother's love. The final exams. When the exam day came, Rahim was nervous, but he also felt something new inside him: confidence. Before he left, his mother tied a small thread around his wrist and said, "This isn't for luck. This is to remind you that you worked hard and you're capable." Rahim entered the exam hall. The first few questions confused him. His hands started shaking, but then he remembered his mother's voice. One page today, one chapter next week. Better than yesterday. Try again. He took a deep breath and began writing. For the first time in his life, he didn't feel scared. He felt prepared. He felt strong. He felt supported.
the result day. The whole school was crowded. Students were shouting, laughing, crying. Rahim stood quietly, searching for his name. When he found it, he couldn't believe his eyes. He had ranked in the top 15 of the entire class. The same boy who once feared books. The same boy who thought he wasn't good enough. He ran home, breathless, excited, emotional. "Ma, I did it!" His mother was in the kitchen, kneading dough. She turned, looked at his face, and immediately understood. With tears in her eyes, she hugged him tightly. "I knew you could do it," she whispered. Rahim replied, "Ma, this success isn't mine, it's yours. Without you, I would have given up." His mother smiled and said, "No, Baba, a mother can only light the lamp. You are the one who kept it burning."